I'm in a beautiful second growth woodland thicket along the edge of a river, and it's a perfect place to find American redstarts.
I love American wood warblers. They are small, brilliantly colored, and always on the move. Among them, the American redstart is my favorite. I've been enjoying this bird, the American redstart, for more than 40 years. I suppose it's finally about time that I made a short film about how I photograph them. But it is more than that. I simply can't imagine a better bird to express interdependence, to tell a story of strength, resilience, and courage in migration, connections between nations, and that all of nature is connected. American redstarts nest and raise their young in the northern latitudes of North America. But they are tropical birds, overwintering in the Caribbean, Central America, and northern South America. American redstarts are aerial insectivores and foliage gleaners, flashing their bright orange and yellow patches to startle insect prey into the air where that prey is more easily captured. American redstarts are colorful, energetic, and lively. They are charismatic too, all of that vibrant personality, color, that bright eye, emanating from a tiny body less than 12 centimeters from beak tip to tail tip. A bird weighing less than 9 grams flies across the Gulf of Mexico twice per year. The American redstart is truly a bird of two worlds, a bird that is as at home within miles of the Caribbean Sea as it is singing on a crisp, cool Wisconsin summer morning. I found myself midway down a river float one day last summer with an overnight camp promised and nothing to do for the rest of the day. Well, nothing to do, that is, but photograph my favorite bird, the American redstart.
I was taught to always bring the canoe up and flip it. For now, I've just got it secure tied. Stirring it and sealing it up. Have me a little Mountain House breakfast skillet for lunch. Who says you can't have breakfast for lunch? Photographing American redstarts is an opportunity that you kind of create. Redstarts nest in high densities when the habitat's right, and they're scarce and hard to find when the habitat's wrong. And so you want to get into an area, oftentimes these are in floodplains, near lake edges, in secondary forests with a lot of thick underbrush. Prickly ash is always good. What you're looking for is a place where you're hearing lots of song. The American redstarts oftentimes will have 5-6 territories within a 50 to 75 meter circle. Each one of these redstarts is in a territory that might be 5 or 6 trees, mature trees, and all the understory underneath. So as we're looking for redstarts, we're actually listening for high densities of redstarts and then moving into an area that's workable. It isn't every day that we get a selfie with an American redstart, but He's just right here. So, putting yourself in good habitat, putting yourself in an area where you have a high density of birds and an area where they're actively foraging, feeding their nestlings, along a river, in thickets with not very much canopy. It really could not be much better than this. Look right there. And so this is the secret to getting good shots, is learn the birds and put yourself where they are. One thing I was really excited about trying to photograph was that male redstart singing with the gape wide open. It reveals a lot about the bird. It kind of shows you that foraging structure, those bristle feathers and that broad base of the beak. But also it's just cool action. So I got it. The American redstart is my favorite species of bird, in part because it's my spark bird. Being out in wilderness areas as a kid was very fortunate for me, but when I was in the 8th grade, I watched an American redstart female preen out her feathers and shake all out her colors just a few feet away from me, and I was hooked. That's when I started following little birds. There's the American redstart song right there. It's my favorite bird in the world. But also it's because of their migration story. An American redstart hatches out of the egg and develops in about 12 to 14 days, and in that time develops a powder blue and yellow little coat. It's their little uniform. It's their first year plumage. The males are not black and orange when they're that young. They migrate all the way down to the tropics, and they spend their first winter in the tropical rainforests down in Cuba and in Belize and in Puerto Rico. They're down in the Caribbean mainly, but all the way down into Central and even South America. And then in the spring they migrate back. The males are still wearing that powder blue and yellow uniform, and as first year males are called an after hatch year male. They declare territories, they breed, they raise young just like the black and orange ones. And then they migrate to the tropics for their second winter. By now they've put on about 9,000 miles on those little wings. And then, in that winter, they molt. They do a complete molt into their black and orange plumage, and they return after their second year, an ASY bird. So they return to Wisconsin in their third summer as a black and orange male, by now having amassed 12,000 miles or more on those little wings. So when you see a black and orange American redstart, you know you're looking at a seasoned traveler, a survivor, a durable little bird. And that's, I think, why they're my favorite species of bird. Well, I should have been prepared. I shot 128 gigabytes, and I'm going back to my tent to get another card. Anyway, I'm back. I got my card, and let's go round 2 here. I have a mirrorless camera, but I'm actually using that front shutter element to avoid wing warping and other strange anomalies. The way these sensors work doesn't work very well with very, very fast wings. They sort of, the wing beats kind of paint across the sensor and create unusual and unnatural shapes and patterns. So by using the front shutter element on here, I'm able to get the shots kind of old school, where I'm able to freeze the feathers and freeze the action. Warblers famously don't stay still very long, and the American redstart actually gets its name from the flash of orange salmon red. Finding American Redstarts is really about using your ears and learning their songs, but what's really fun is Redstarts actually have a lot of plasticity in their songs. And, so wood warblers in general oftentimes have multiple types of songs. The American Redstart song you're mostly hearing is the tsi-tsi-tsi-tsi. But you'll also hear a tsipa, 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 and it's sweet, 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 sweet. They have a lot of different vocalizations, but just like when you're hearing Baltimore Orioles that have a variety of songs, or gray catbirds that have a variety of songs, what you're listening for is the voice. There's C-C-C-C-C. So when you're seeing a black and orange redstart, you're seeing an amazing bird that has made a migration 9,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000 miles on those little wings. It's kind of a miracle. And that's a reminder that these birds are durable, they're resilient, and they're good role models. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about American Redstarts with me today. Get out there and enjoy nature. There's always something happening. Use your ears, use your eyes, use your nose. Taste the flavors.